Deserts are far from being barren wastelands. Deserts are biologically rich habitats with vast arrays of animals and plants that are adapted to harsh conditions there. Some deserts are among the planet's last remaining areas of total wilderness. Yet more than 1 billion people, 1/6 of the Earth's population, actually live in the desert regions. Deserts cover more than 1/5 of the Earth's land area. They are found on every continent. A place that receives less than 10 inches, 25 centimetres of rain per year, is considered a desert. Deserts are part of a wider class of regions called drylands. These areas exist under moisture deficiency, which means they have frequently lose more moisture through the evaporation than they receive from annual precipitation. Despite the common conceptions of deserts are hot, there are cold deserts as well. The largest hot desert in the world, the Northern African Sahara, reaches temperatures of up to 122 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees Celsius, during a day. But some deserts are always cold, like the Gobi Desert in Asia, and the polar deserts of Antarctica and the Arctic. The driest deserts, such as Chile's Atacama Desert, have parts that receive less than 0.8 inches, 2 millimeters of precipitation a year. Such environments are so harsh and otherworldly that scientists have even studied them for clues about life on Mars. On the other hand, every few years, an unusually rainy period can produce super blooms, where even the Atacama becomes blanketed in wild flowers. Desert animals have evolved ways to keep them cool and use less water. Camels can go for weeks without water, and their nostrils and eyelashes can form a barrier against sand. Many desert animals, such as the Xenok fox, are nocturnal, coming out to hunt only when the Brussels sun has descended. The Namibian desert beetle can harvest fog from the air for water. Because of the very special adaptations, desert animals are extremely vulnerable to changes in their habitat. Desert plants may have to go without fresh water for years at a time. Some plants have adapted to arid climate by growing long roots that tap water from deep underground. Other plants, such as kaki, have special means of storing and conserving water. Some of the world's semi-arid regions are turning into deserts at alarming rates. This process, known as desertification, is caused by drought, but usually arises from deforestation and demands of human populations that settles on the semi-arid lands. The pounding off of the soil by the hooves of livestock in ranching, for example, may degrade the soil and encourage erosion by wind and water. In northern China, growing urbanization, which left much of the land unprotected against wind erosion and the build-up of sediment from surrounding desert, created the desertification problem, promoting the government to build a green wall as a hedge against encroaching desert. In existing deserts, some species are in peril because of climate change. Global warming threatens to change the ecological of deserts. Higher temperatures may produce more wildfires that alter desert landscapes by limiting slow-growing trees and shrubs and replacing them with fast-growing grasses. Many deserts can live for hundreds of years, but in California, the iconic Joshua Tree, the oldest found was 1,000 years old, may not survive a hotter climate, scientists warn. If they don't survive, that could affect species such as the yucca moth, which lays on its eggs on the Joshua Tree flower. Desert bird species could also be in danger from climate change, as heat waves lead to lethal dehydration. The effort to reduce planet warming greenhouse gas emissions by expanding solar energy has also created some tensions for desert habitats. In the Mojave, the 2013 arrival of the Ivan Solar Thermal Plant created concerns about how the facility would affect threatened desert tortoises, and conservationists are working to ensure polar energy products like these can coexist with wildlife. Other land use changes also threaten to degrade desert habitats. The downsizing of Grand Staircase Alaskan Mountain poses a threat to some of the 660 bee species that live in the area, or the prospect of a border war between the US and Mexico could disconnect a third of 346 native wildlife species from 50% or more of their range that lives south of the border, including desert bighorn sheep. 5 facts about deserts. Deserts are found on all 7 continents if you count the polar regions as polar deserts. Most of our deserts are located in subtropical regions around the tropics of Cancer and tropics of Capricorn, as well as the polar regions. Deserts are also called arid areas. Arid comes from a Latin word and means dry, that only a few plants can grow on it. About 1 billion people live in desert regions on our Earth. The largest desert cities are Cairo in Egypt and Lima in Peru. There are hot deserts such as the Sahara Desert and cold deserts such as the Gobi Desert or the deserts of our polar regions. That is it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. I just want to say one thing. I have now done a Discord server, so link is in description and comments if you want to join. Also, please, if you like the video, like, subscribe and share. Thank you for watching. Peace out.